What's going on, everybody? Hope you're awesome. Hope you are awesome. And here we are. I think this is week 3 we're doing this, right? Week 3, we're going to keep it going over the month. So make sure that every single week that you are checking in. Yeah, you want to keep checking in. Why? Because we're going to go through some amazing stuff each week. And if you don't know me, then I'm Andy Murphy, your mental and performance expert for CEOs, founders, entrepreneurs, and high performers. Done this for 19 years all over the world with the best in the world, and I'm bringing you these NLP, neuroscience tactics and strategies to be able to get control of your mind, your emotions, to step into any situation and absolutely kick ass. And that's it. When you understand the brain is a muscle, and the chemicals affect you and everything that affects you, then you best get control of your mental performance in every aspect of your life and business. So today, what are we talking about today? Well, we're talking about the difference between confidence versus arrogance. Let me explain, because you need to understand this, and you need to be aware of this for a few different reasons. Well, first of all, you need to be aware of this because the old classic statement is what? Well, there's a fine line, right, between confidence and arrogance. Now, is that true? Is it true? Is it true? No, it's not true. It's not true in the slightest. And there's so many things out there that are taught in the personal development world that absolutely drive me crazy. After 19 years of seeing it all, certain things drive me crazy. And this is one of them. Okay, so is there a fine line between confidence and arrogance? No. Let me explain. They are completely on two different spectrums of a line. Think about this, right? Think about this. So if you imagine two different versions of you, right? So maybe it's two different versions in your life. Maybe you're kicking ass right now, but maybe there was a time in your life that you're not. And what tends to happen, right? When you're in that bad place, you know, your confidence isn't there, you're worried about money maybe, or the next project, or there's something going on. And somebody you haven't seen in a long time comes to you and goes, how are you doing? Doing all right, mate. Brilliant. What's going on in your life? That question, right? That question is so powerful, because if you are in arrogance, and I'll explain what arrogance defines, right? If you are in that place, then what it means is that you are going to want to tell everybody how awesome you are, or all the things you're going to do in the future that are awesome, or all the things you have done in the past that make you awesome. Why? Because this fills you up with self-worth for a while, right? So what tends to happen is arrogance comes from what? Well, it's a few different things. It comes from low self-worth. Arrogance comes from low self-respect. Arrogance comes from not doing the career that you want. It comes from jealousy of others. It comes from pure insecurity. So if you understand that arrogance on one end of the spectrum is completely different to confidence, right? So arrogance means that we are constantly posturing, right? We're constantly, this is the bling bling, right? This is the people that go and buy the cars and the houses and then show them off on the internet. Well, I know very rich people, very rich people. And guess what? They don't show their cars and houses on the internet, right? That comes from insecurity. That comes from external validation being needed to make someone feel good. Understand that, right? So if you're coming from that place, right, in your business, what's the dominant emotion? What's the biggest emotion if you're coming from arrogance or insecurity? What is it? What is it? What is it? You got it. It's fear, right? And the brain processes fear in certain ways. But let's just look at that word fear, right? An old classic statement I used to teach many years ago was false emotion appearing real. Fear, false emotion appearing real. So the arrogance or the insecurity comes from not knowing what's going to happen in the future. And because of that, that creates fear, a false emotion. And that fear then lights up certain parts of our brain as an alarm system. That alarm system then, guess what? Are you in danger? And if you're not in danger, guess what? It doesn't matter, because you're focused on danger. You're focused on fear. You're focused on the unknown. What this creates from arrogance is you want to go out and be shiny in the world, but you also, this is the thing, if you get money, right? They spend it on things that they don't really need. That isn't going to advance their career. It's not going to advance who they are. But inside themselves, guess what? Makes them feel good because other people say to them, ooh, look at your car and houses, right? Arrogance. Do you see how that can limit you with building rapport, opening massive networks, bonding with people, right? Thinking, being able to actually connect to the audience and create the product or service that they require? No, because you're looking at the world through your eyes, not theirs, okay? So what's the difference? Confidence. Now, confidence, there's a few different ways I describe this, but confidence is how we move people and scale people's business from 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, and plus, right? That's how I take world champion athletes and they go and win. That's how you get the idea, right? And confidence comes from a few different places, but confidence comes from wisdom, first of all, right? Wisdom. What do I mean by that? Well, if you've done something 100 times, right? You know your level, you know how to perform, you're used to it, you're neuro-conditioned, you're conditioned, your nervous system and brain and chemicals are conditioned to respond that way, right? So confidence comes from wisdom. Confidence comes from knowing, right? Knowing that you can do that. And so this is pure introspective work. And as everything is, every entrepreneur, it's like there's more work in here than there is on the outside. It should be that way. And so confidence means that when we step into the unknown, what does it mean? Well, it means we're ready for it, right? So if you've got a sales skill, it's very easy to step into a sales call, right? Feeling confident, even if you know your skills are really on point, but it's a new product. Doesn't matter. You can sell it because you are confident in your ability through what? Wisdom. So is there a fine line between confidence and arrogance? No. They're two totally different ends of the spectrum, because confidence comes from wisdom, but it also comes from what? Well, it comes from knowing who you are. That's the point. It comes from knowing what you want. That's the point. It comes from alignment. It comes from self-worth. It comes from being happy, having self-respect, having the vision, having a purpose, right? That is where confidence comes from. And if we understand that this is a muscle, then we need to be pumping this muscle morning to night. Because if we do that, everything adjusts, right? Everything adjusts. That's where we move into epigenetics and genetics and homeostasis. When we start to look at all of these different aspects of who you are as an entrepreneur or a high performer, right? Then guess what happens? Well, we start to build a new movie in our brain. And if we can do that and we start to focus on that, then neurology, or the mind muscle, keeps repeating, and it wants to loop and finish that loop. So if the loop that we are playing is confidence, because we're going back to all the memories of when we are skilled and we're imagining them in us doing it into the future, then what we start doing is wiring the correct neurology or software together. The more we do that, we start to form habits, right? And if you've listened to my podcast, then you will know that a habit is what can take anywhere between 18 to 254 days to go unconscious or automatic or become a habit, right? So I say that to you because if you're in a bad place right now, understand that your world is that. We change the emotion, we change how we see the world. We build the patterns towards it, we get clear on the future. then guess what? We start pumping this new muscle. What happens? Well, it starts to become you. It starts to form the neuroconditioning, your nervous system, your brain, your filter system all starts to adjust to see a new world. That's how it is. So my question to you, and I'll see how many people get this far because I'm going to ask a question and get you to put it in your comments. So what is it that you need more confidence in right now in your business? That if you did, you know that it would double the results or quadruple the results or take it to a whole new level, right? So what is it that you need confidence in, right? Write it in the comments. What is it you need confidence in right now that you know will create that money move, that highly leveraged decision in your business? What will be the results? Let me know. We're up to 11 minutes, trying to keep these to 10. But make sure you're checking out the comments too, because I'm going to put some cool links in there. And also, what date are we on? Okay, it'll probably be next week. I think next week. Yes, the last week. We're going to be doing a private training. It's going to be 30 minutes long. I'm going to put Zoom links only for Zoom links. And yeah, it's not going to be on here. So make sure you're paying attention to that. You have an amazing week and much love. We'll see you very, very soon. Check those comments out.